Similar to the foot in the door technique that we discussed earlier, the so-called door in the face technique is very popular in psychology, and you can find it in almost every social psychology textbook. Usually it's explained via the classical study by Robert Cialdini and colleagues, published in 1975 in the Journal of Personality and Social Psychology, and the title of the study was Reciprocal Concessions Procedure for Inducing Compliance, the door in the face technique. In this publication they report 3 quite similar experiments with all in all 226 subjects. And of these 3 experiments, I want to present to you the probably most popular one, in which students of a university were approached with the goal to make them chaperone juvenile offenders on a trip to the zoo. So they were told, well, to help these young offenders to find their way back to society, it's of course important that they get every support they can get, and therefore it would be fantastic if we could find volunteers to come along with these young offenders on this trip to the zoo, which will take approximately 2 hours on one afternoon. Well, now you can ask yourself, would you do that? Would you spend your precious time to accompany these young offenders? If you say, no, I wouldn't do that, then you are in good company, because in this experiment the majority rejected the request and only 17% agreed to go to the zoo. But let's take a look at another experimental condition in which the students were first asked an extreme request. They were told, well, in order to help young offenders to find their way back into society, it's of course important to support them whenever possible, and therefore we are looking for volunteers that act as counselors of the young offenders, just like a big brother or like a big sister. And this you would have to do for at least 2 years and at least 2 times a week. So would you agree on that? Spend your precious time to help the offenders for a time of at least 2 years and twice a week? Well, probably not. And that's also what they found in the study. Everybody said, no, sorry, I can't do that. But in fact, the experimenters already knew that they wouldn't do that, and all they were interested in was whether they could increase the compliance rate to the second request by putting forward this first huge request. So the second request was just like in the control condition. The second request was to chaperone the juvenile offenders on a trip to the zoo. And this time, after the students had rejected the first request, this time about 50% said, yeah, okay, sounds fair, yeah,